What's up, Mr. Mo's class? How's everyone doing? My name is Matt Schaefer. I'm a coastal environmental science major, and I want to talk a little bit today about overfishing. So, when looking out at the ocean, what do you think about? The Earth is actually 97% water, and there's an entire world under the surface of this glassy blue screen that you see. Years ago, there were millions and millions of species of fish that flourished, but in recent years, problems have been overfishing, dealing with the needs of food and money. Overfishing is a problem. There's recently been studies, and the results are not good at all. The statistics are very grim. When I'm researching a book, I found out that 3/4 of the world's fish stocks are being harvested faster than they can reproduce. 80% are already fully exploited or in decline, and 90% of all predatory fish, including tuna, shark, swordfish, cod, and halibut, are gone. Scientists predict that if current trends continue, the world fisheries could collapse entirely by 2050. The three main issues when dealing with overfishing are economic reasons, fish population issues, and human needs pertaining to food. We need to stop overfishing before we completely ruin the ecosystem. So, the first issue is economic reasons. After a while, the oceans surrounding the U.S. will be overfished, and local fishermen will have no more food to catch, which means no more money in turn for them. And this is a problem because local fishermen will be out of jobs before you know it. And there's tons of fishermen in the United States. If the U.S. fishermen decide to keep fishing, they will need to go way out into the ocean, which will be much more fuel, or to use a lot more fuel, and more of their time. So the second issue is fish populations. So overfishing can lead to a fish species becoming threatened or even extinct. When you take out 2 fish for every 1 being produced, the population will plummet until extinction. This means that the fish will not be able to reproduce and can lead to hunger for future generations of Americans to come. A good example of this is bluefin tuna. I'm actually right outside the Pacific Ocean, and this is a great example. So I went fishing just yesterday, and we tried to get some tuna, but guess what? We caught no tuna. You come out here 20 years ago, there would have been tuna everywhere. So overfishing could lead to an unbalanced ecosystem and the ocean, not just for the impact of fish we eat, but the entire ocean ecosystem could be negatively affected. One site I found said that the stability of ecological communities largely depends on the strength of the interaction between predators and their prey. I also found that if you fish for higher trophic levels of fish, the biodiversity would decrease. This is never a good thing because you always want there to be a substantial amount of biodiversity and a healthy ecosystem. And then lastly, the third problem pertaining to fish is human needs pertaining to food. Alright, the problem is if we keep relying on all the fish, then after a while there'll be no more fish for us to eat. 1 in 5 people on this planet depend on fish as a prime source of food. And I found this on a site that was called Food and Agriculture Organizations. Becoming used to having all this fish available, it will harm us in the future because if fish become rare, then will increase in price, and many people could go hungry. A great example of this is in 1975, off the coast of California, fishermen brought in less than 500,000 pounds of shark. And then 10 years later, in 1985, there was a recorded number of over 3.4 million pounds of shark brought into the ports. If U.S. population is doing all right at the consistency we are bringing in fish now, think about what will happen when our major food source becomes depleted. It won't be good at all. Okay, so the solution to all of this is that there are many things that we could do to help prevent the serious problem of overfishing. Someone that helps the world around them or the environment can be considered an environmental steward. There are 3 types of environmental stewards. There's doers, donors, and practitioners. Doers are people that actually go out and help by taking causative action. For example, the doer in an oil spill would be the volunteers that go along the beach and help clean up the oil from the beaches. A donor is the person that financially helps the cause. They can do anything from donate their money to having galas or other fundraisers, and they're typically governmental agencies. Lastly, there are practitioners. They work on a day-to-day basis to steer governmental agencies, scientists, stakeholders, and groups or other environmental stewards to help keep environments running healthy. And I found this in a book called Increasing Capacity for Stewardship of Oceans and Coasts. Anybody can be an environmental steward by being aware of or knowledgeable of the world around them and making sure to do as little as possible to negatively impact our world. Without these groups, it would be hard to get any sort of sustainability in our increasing technologically polluted and industrial-based world. Fish are being overfished, yet you can help the cause and be an environmental steward. For example, eating yellowfin tuna instead of bluefin tuna. As you're overfishing, it's a serious problem that we really need to help overstop. You and me together can help fight this. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, you can talk to me in class or email me at matthewpschaefer@me.com. Thank you again. Have a great day.